How loyal are you? Are you guys ready to get into this reunion part 1? Let's get into it, lovers. I love you.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
I said I'm geek and I'm fired up. All I want to know
Look at my
I like things like, no, you missed last week. These guys were rapping along with this song. It was awesome.
It was like
oh yeah,
karaoke.
they had the karaoke stuff words up there for us. Oh, it was awesome.
I missed it.
I know.
It was English's birthday last week.
It
I know,
was my birthday, and I drank a lot of champagne, and I missed you guys, but I'm back. And I'm so glad to recap this reunion part 1. Let's get into it. I am joined by my favorite people of Sunday night besides my family on this Easter Sunday.
Correct.
Yes.
Who am I joined by?
Hi guys, I'm Jessie Zahner. You can find me all over social media at Athletic and get us in the live chat because we're here and ready for you guys.
Yes, you guys have been very, very nice lately. But you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MoClassified.
And you can find me on social media at It's Me J Hart. What am I looking at? Okay, yeah, hit me up.
Shame.
You
How many
just learned
episodes
your
in?
cameras. How many episodes?
The shade.
Golly.
Speaking of shade, I'm just
Right.
Speaking of shade, Andy was the
I know.
shadiest queen of the night. I just looked down and I saw his name. I was like, hold on. He was the shadiest of them all.
I was loving it.
Me
though.
too. That's what I'm saying. I loved it.
You need
Yeah.
a peach.
He does need a peach. But then
Well,
I
all the
think it's
peaches.
like, I think it's good because it's inevitable for us to say those type of things, or him to say those, I should say, because we're all watching it.
Right.
And there's so many like little lies and little secrets, and then
So you might as well address
Yeah,
it.
so it's like, come on. Unless we're just going to sit here and act like we're
like-
not watching
Right.
the same
Exactly.
show.
Yeah.
And then it's a waste of our time.
Yeah, that's why he's been the mediator.
Exactly.
All these
so
seasons.
8 seasons, Candy has never sat next to Andy. And I didn't even notice the shit starters are the ones that,
Sit
sorry,
closest.
Lord, I cursed on your risen
No,
Sunday.
it's
But
It's a holiday. Yeah.
Candy
it's okay.
sat next to Andy, and I didn't even know like that's the rules of whoever's the meanest chick is gonna.
Or who's
sit
been
next
in the
to
most
him.
drama.
Yeah.
And Phaedra's on the opposite side.
Right.
But
She
yeah, I
was
just
there
noticed that
because
too.
she's done.
Yeah.
So they
She
just needed
gone.
to get her close to him one time, and then there will be no more Phaedra.
There will be no more.
It makes sense because, like, even in past reunions, Nene always sat next to Andy.
And Kenya.
Yeah.
And King is sitting next to him still, right? Or,
No, she's not.
She's sitting
Because
next to,
Candy's, she's
Oh,
next
yeah,
to Candy,
she's
yeah.
sitting
Yeah.
next to Candy. And then who's on the other side?
Phaedra, then Portia.
Portia, and
Sheree.
Sheree.
Yeah.
Okay. So this episode, and I know you guys probably feel the same way, we're going to literally talk about what we just saw and then what we just saw. So it's like we're recapping what we've already recapped, what
Right.
we already saw. So it's a little bit of a mix-up. So it'll be all over the place, but bear with us. They started off, but Andy wanted to talk a little bit about a few things. So plastic surgery amongst the ladies.
Yeah.
Right.
Candy let us know that her boobs are fake.
Definitely.
Or did she get a lift, or did she say they're fake?
She said she got a lift.
Did she? I
Yeah.
think she.
I know Phaedra said she got a lift,
Yeah,
but I don't know what
I think
Candy
Candy's
Phaedra
said.
probably
are
are
fake.
Andy just got it done. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Candy's a fake.
Okay, Candy's are fake. King's boobs are.
I think fake. Because I feel like she
Loyalty,
still
loyalty,
didn't
loyalty.
flat out say. He asked her. He said, are they? And she said, what did she say? I've always had big boobs. She didn't confirm or deny
No.
that
So
I have breast
who
implants.
has the real boobs on the show? Because one
Supposedly-
person's left, right?
Well, all of them had, I think,
Because she said
King is saying
Oh,
that,
Sheree maybe.
no, Sheree
No,
said she
Sheree
had her
said
boobs
that.
done. So Candy had her boobs done. Cynthia, Portia, Sheree, Phaedra had a lift, and then Kenya still never really answered the question.
Yeah.
Right.
Kenya claims that she never got it done, but
Right.
you know,
But
who
I think
knows?
Sheree hadn't had them done, maybe.
No,
and
Sheree
then she
did
got
have
No,
them done.
Sheree had them
Well,
done.
it was supposed to be 2 people left.
No, one.
1 person left.
Kenya.
Okay.
It was
but
Kenya, yeah.
No, it's
she's
not Kenya.
lying, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you, and this goes out to you guys in the chat, you guys keep defending her. You guys think that we're just pulling these things out of the sky. Are we all watching the same show or not? Because Kenya's boobs are fake. I mean, it's 2017. We've all seen plenty enough of fake boobs. If you guys want to see real big boobs, look here. These are real, and they're big, and they're not fake. So
are we gonna get a little Zoom action?
Kenya's.
Look, let them tell it. Everything is real on Kenya.
Yeah, I'm like, can she have something that's not normal or
somebody
something?
Said Sheree didn't.
Sheree didn't?
Sheree did.
Well, she said she did,
yeah,
so I wrote
Sheree
her
did.
down
okay,
here.
yeah, they
so.
said,
people are saying Sheree didn't. But then somebody else says Sheree
Sheree
did.
did.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
No,
Sheree did.
she definitely got her breasts done. Come on now. I
That
wish I
does
could show
not.
y'all this picture.
Okay, yes.
And that was from when she was.
Come on.
OMG.
When she got
That's when
Miss
she was.
America.
I wish we could zoom.
I'm gonna try to
USA.
upload this picture so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Just look up pictures from 1993.
What
and
did you
compare.
Google, please,
I
J Hart?
Googled Kenya Moore 1993
That's
when
all
she
you
won
need.
Miss Michigan.
That's all you need to Google.
They're
and
loving
you will
the
see
hair and the
Kenya's
dress.
boobs. Someone said, Joseph, thank you, Joseph. Kenya's boobs are so fake.
Right.
It's 9 seasons and girl can't admit that those are fake. Come on. Well, another topic of discussion was the camel toe, which I don't know. Phaedra kept saying that the whole time, but
Right.
no one really gave life to it. It's almost like your mom saying like a funny like hip joke, and
Right.
she like keeps saying it, and like no one says anything,
Right.
and then it's like, oh well, camel toes are in. She's like, oh no, they're not.
Yeah.
It's like, what is true, Phaedra? Are
Right.
they in or are they not?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
right.
It
She
just,
said it's a trend.
it's
No.
trending.
It's a trend. That's what she said. Yeah, because they're selling it on Amazon.
I don't
Camel
know.
toes?
That's what she said.
OMG. You do not need to sell them.
That's disgusting.
But okay, can I say, who do you guys think was best dressed?
Portia.
Yes.
I don't
Really?
like Portia's dress.
I didn't like it either.
It looks
looked
very cheap.
Yes,
Like,
I've
you can
seen
get
that
in the
pattern so
alley.
much. Yes, I've
Yes.
seen it so much. It's
The
like she just turned it
disrespect
into
is
something
real.
else.
Sorry.
No, that dress is a mess.
Okay.
Beautiful. I'm just.
She did look beautiful,
is-
but that dress was not.
Okay,
People
so
were
what
just
does that mean?
asking me about her. Actually, Bran B-Boy, who also says hi Mo, was asking
Hi.
about what we thought about Portia's hair and her dress. I don't know.
You know,
how
I
I feel
don't like
about
the
it.
dress. I feel like you got to come harder for the reunion, Portia, and she usually does.
And she
Yeah.
does.
But this, like, I've seen that pattern a lot, like in gold, and I just can tell it just
You
looked
know
cheap.
when it
Well, I'm
looked
sure a lot of
good
the
when
dresses
she
been
walked
recycled.
away in the dark when she was crying at the end. I was like, ooh, that glitter and that
Right.
sparkle, it looked amazing.
Yeah.
Like in the wings in the dark.
Yeah.
But like it just looks cheap and it just I don't know. It didn't
Right.
come off
So who
well
did you
to me.
think looked
I,
best?
you know what? Honestly, I think Phaedra's dress.
Really? I
looked
like the
great.
dress, but I was Cynthia.
So-
I
Really?
loved Cynthia's dress.
So Phaedra's dress, the top was nice, but like the bottom, I was just like, no.
Too flowy?
I liked Cynthia's, and I also liked Sheree's.
I didn't like the fact
Sheree,
that
Sheree.
Cynthia's skin flesh,
was.
that flesh was
Oh.
like for like a white lady. She should have had them like take that out
Okay,
and
I
put
didn't even
something
see
to
that.
like
I didn't
match
see
her
that.
skin
either.
tone
Yeah.
on the side.
I didn't see that
No.
either. I gotta look now.
Yeah.
What about hair-wise? Because like I'm...
yes, I was
Portia.
thinking that too. Best
Portia.
hair.
No,
Okay.
Cynthia. I love Cynthia's
I do
hair.
too.
Though, man. I thought
No,
that
I
was
don't-
beautiful.
Oh, you didn't like Cynthia's?
Whose hair did I like? Maybe Sheree's.
I didn't mind. I don't know why I liked Phaedra. She just seemed
Right.
classy
Her
and
hair looked
simple.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's hair looked nice, but I liked Phaedra's hair. I liked Cynthia's hair. I liked Kenya's hair. And I liked Sheree's hair too.
Yeah.
I think Portia's hair was nice because it just like it goes in with her face, like with her bone structure.
Yeah,
you
you're
know
right.
what they say when women cut their hair.
You
Something
like
big's
that,
about
you
to
like
happen.
that short hair.
Yeah, I mean she looked amazing.
That
Okay,
your
so
type?
other than Portia, would y'all say that y'all didn't like anybody else's dress?
I don't even remember what Sheree looked
Yeah.
like. I think
It was
she
like
just,
a navy dress, and it had like a weird cut. It was...
Yeah.
was it navy or
I
green?
think it was cute, actually.
Oh, maybe... No, I think it was navy.
I'm going to see if she put it on her
Maybe
Instagram.
I'm wrong.
Um,
But I want to know, so after
Yeah.
this episode airs, I'm going to go in the comments and I'm going to ask people who you think is the best dressed and best hair, because I want to know what everybody else thinks too, because I love...
what are they
Rating
saying
people.
right now? Kenya's
Fa-
wig is sitting on top of her head. I agree.
I liked Kenya's hair. Tangled
I didn't either.
55. Oh, you didn't like Kenya's hair? Oh, I thought it was
looked
cute.
really, really weavy and wiggy.
Tangled 55 said Phaedra's hair was the best. Blake
Phaedra?
Belladonna said still Cynthia.
Poof was amazing.
The poof was amazing. I loved her hair as well.
So,
Brand-
ooh, Mo,
Brand
you got
B-boy.
that hair, Mo. You know not go I was just telling her.
Thank you.
So another thing the ladies got done, or they talked about was Portia said she had a nose job. She had some fillers. And then Andy asked if any of the ladies have had any other work, and Kenya said that she had tried Botox, which I'm surprised she admitted to.
Right.
She had to admit to something. So that just makes it seem less like, okay, I'm actually telling the truth
I
about
used
something.
to do that.
Yeah, like.
And who else? Oh, Portia said she had Botox as well, but
definitely.
she said she stopped because Destination.
To me, Phaedra looks like she's had some work done on her face.
Yes.
Like, even the way she was sitting there, like, maybe she had some recent work, like some Botox the day before or something, but it was just like she was sitting there kind of like.
Yeah, she did.
And then even her cheekbones look a little worked on.
Well, I do
But I
agree
don't
with
know. I
Andy.
don't wanna
Like,
start any
these
rumors.
women look like the most natural out of all the other housewives because, like, if you look at, like, Beverly Hills or, like, Orange County, some of the other women, like, they have a lot of work done.
Well, black doesn't crack, you know?
Like
That's what it
Andy
is.
said. Andy said it.
He did.
He said it best. So then we got into the subject of the houses again.
Yes.
And it's like, how much more do we need to hear about these digs and these jabs and everything? So basically, they showed us a compilation of everything Kenya said about Sheree's house, and then they showed us a compilation of everything Sheree said about Kenya's house, which we've already heard, which was basically the whole season.
Right.
And that was it. Kenya feels like Kim wants a check, and so that's why she felt the need to like yell at her and bring up all that stuff at the party, at Sheree's party, and all of that. She also said that there's liens on Sheree's house still. When she walked into Sheree's house, she was surprised to see that there was fake marble on the ground.
Right.
She something about a toilet. What did she say? Something about a
Kenya?
Kenya didn't have toilets for her guests to use during her housewarming.
Is that true? I thought it was for her contractors.
No, that's
No, it was true, yeah.
I think it was
What do
for
you
her
mean?
guests.
She had nowhere to go to the bathroom?
Right,
Like,
that's what
That's what
Sheree
Sheree
was
was
saying.
saying,
Like,
yeah.
at least
I thought she meant for
had
her
a bathroom.
contractors. I'm sorry. Okay, I did not know that.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
I guess whenever
Yeah.
Kenya had her housewarming, she didn't have a restroom or provide a restroom for her guests to use.
You could get a toilet installed in a day.
You could also just like pull up like
Maybe
like
the plumbing
trailer
wasn't
of
working.
like
Like
bath.
a high-end trailers,
Yeah,
like
like-
those porter potties.
Right.
They have
Yeah,
really
I mean,
nice
they're
ones.
If she had to
they're
do that,
not
she shouldn't have had
ideal,
the house
but
warming.
like, how do you go to the bathroom? You're drinking and eating food. It's like,
Maybe the
Maybe
Probably
she
have
did have
porta
porter
the
potties.
plumbing was messed up. Or
Yeah.
something. You know, it
I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
flush.
she did have plumbing.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
But I'm
in
trying to
such a
figure
rush.
out why Kenya is driving by Sheree's house.
Well, I mean,
And
when
not
you go
minding her
home,
business.
when
Yeah.
you're
Right.
driving home, I'm sure she passes her house,
Right.
Yeah.
like, and she sees the lights are on.
Right.
You know, see,
But I kind of believe it a little
I
bit.
did
though.
too, because Sheree didn't seem like she was
Yeah.
like
No.
trying to defend it. She kind of
Right.
seemed
No,
like
she did
she was
defend
like,
it.
"Oh, I do live there." She
Yeah.
like kind of like
No, to me, I felt like it was
But
pretty
it wasn't
straight
as
up.
aggressive
No,
though,
it
as
was-
if
I feel like you
this
don't
person
have to
is
be
lying.
aggressive if you're telling the truth. Like, yeah, I live there.
well,
no,
yeah,
it
but
was just
wouldn't
like,
you like just laugh? Like,
I live
what are
there.
you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like-
live there. Are you crazy?
and she was straight to the point about it. She didn't like linger. She didn't like try to stutter or anything. It was just like, yeah, I do live there.
well,
And your point is,
I don't know.
I'm surprised
Hopefully
she
she is
didn't take
living there. So another thing that we learned was that Kenya couldn't afford to pay for her house. It's like so much drama you figure out when people aren't friends anymore. So Kenya couldn't pay for her house. She was dating some rich African guy who lived on Tuxedo Drive. Is that like a big street in
Atlanta?
in Atlanta or something like that?
I don't know. I think she kind of pulled that up. out the
Okay.
hat. Yeah.
And she lied to him and told him that her car was broken and so she needed that fixed.
Right.
He wouldn't give her the money for the car. He found out it wasn't the car, it was the house, so he gave her the money for the house.
I'm
How
trying
real
to
do
figure
you
out
guys
where
think
this
that
story
that
came
story
from.
yeah,
is?
I have.
Portia says she's plugged in with the Africans.
She's plugged in
a
right.
Nubian
But,
queen.
I
but
don't know.
according to Kenya, last year or last season, Portia was dating an African,
African.
and
Right.
that's how she got her Rolls Royce.
Exactly.
So there's all of these rich Africans running around in Atlanta, and we're here in Los Angeles.
Right.
What the hell are we doing? No,
We could
but
get a
I'm
house.
saying the same thing.
Y'all
But,
searching
I
in the wrong
mean-
places.
what the hell? Like, are they all just jumping onto the African bandwagon?
Right,
So
right.
it's so weird because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Andy knows what they're getting paid, and I'm sure that they have obligations beyond housewives, but
Right.
like, I wonder if he has any idea, like, if they can even afford what they're moving into. He
Definitely.
probably would know better, but I was like, Andy, say something.
Right. I mean, probably in contract he can't
Yeah,
discuss
of course
that
not.
part of it.
And too, like who likes to look in other people's pockets? You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
no one likes that.
Right.
But
Ooh,
if
he would
we
be real
had
shady for
to, Kenya doesn't have a job outside of the show, right?
No, but
only
you
ever
know
heard-
they get probably
She has
some
her hairline,
promotion
supposedly.
deals.
Yeah.
More hair
Yeah.
care.
More-
But I'm
yeah.
saying like, Phaedra is, or what's her name? Portia's on Dish Nation.
Right.
Phaedra's
like,
a lawyer.
Phaedra's a lawyer. Like, what's Kenya's job?
Right.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
What's Sheree's job?
Right.
Well,
Well,
Sheree's
Sheree's
writing a
a-
book.
she's an author.
She's an author. Okay. Okay.
And she's obviously bringing in some money from Who Gonna Check Me shirts.
But I think they're all
More
trying
than
to,
Kenya. That's what Andy says.
More than
most-
Kenya,
Most
right?
of them are trying to establish their careers. That's the thing. I think, yeah, Phaedra is probably the only person with like a Phaedra and Cynthia, and
No, Candy.
Candy, yeah, and Candy.
Phaedra.
What about
And Portia.
Portia
Portia's on
has a job?
Dish Nation. Yeah.
Portia has, yeah. So it's
And
like
she
four
has
of them.
all of her businesses.
Yeah, she does the hair business.
Right.
What else does she
The
have?
poop tea. We learned
Oh, yeah,
dump,
Oh, yes. Okay.
dump tea.
I'm like, "Poop tea?"
Why did she name it that? So anyways, wherever you Africans are, if you guys need to reach us, you know where to find us. Leave us comments in our YouTube, and we will leave our numbers.
Yeah,
for
we'll
you.
reply.
We will reply
You want some-
swiftly.
Y'all want some water?
Why? Are you trying to say something?
No, I'm just saying, y'all need some water.
Okay.
Thirsty for real, man.
I'm joking. We don't want no Africans. We are just joking. So Dr. Martin Luther Phaedra
Yes.
well, she said she was optimistic about her and Candy's relationship, which was odd to hear her say because the whole season she kept saying her and Candy were done.
Okay.
She
Right.
wasn't friends with Candy. It just goes to prove Phaedra is a flip-flop. She goes back and forth according to, I guess, how much she's prayed that day. Candy says all of the BS is for the cameras. And Kenya and Phaedra's relationship lasted all of 5 minutes. So what do you guys think about Kenya and Phaedra's relationship? Do you guys think that it was ever developed in a stage that it could have lasted to become true and like healthy, or do you think Phaedra has always been holding on to these issues? And do you guys think that it was appropriate for Phaedra to be mad all over again with Kenya?
Well, I thought when they went to Flint together that was a start for them to hopefully like redevelop their relationship. I mean, it was, I thought it was, both were genuine, as far as them coming together. But I just think it's that whole thing, like, throwing somebody to the divorce party is very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming in from Kenya when they never really had their relationship and when she played a part in, some of the issues in their marriage. So I just think that it was just out of line with that. But I actually thought, that there was, potential and a possibility for them to build something together.
Okay, so where's there a foundation for something to be built in the first place? Like before Flint brought them back together to rekindle the friendship, but I feel like there was never necessarily a foundation. It was just like, okay, we're on good terms enough to actually maybe like start a friendship, but not like rekindle. Do you know what I mean?
No, I
I
totally-
feel like it wasn't even a
like,
friendship before the
right.
Flint thing, but the Flint thing was just like, all right, we're gonna clear the air, and now we're gonna try to become friends because we've never ever tried to do that because it's always been drama.
Right. No, I agree with Mo. Like, was there really a foundation that they could build off in the first place? But the thing is Phaedra's all about, like, forgiveness, and she's trying to get all the girls together, and then she, like, instantly gets mad about something. And I agree, like, a divorce party is very sensitive. But Cynthia handled it really well, and I just thought Phaedra handled it so poorly, and she instantly turned the blame on Kenya, and I really don't think Kenya was trying to do anything, like, wrong
Well, Cynthia
here.
never had that issue with Kenya. That's
Exactly.
her friend. And
Exactly.
Cynthia, she tries to stay away from drama, so she's not going to come up like, oh, blah, 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 I'm pissed
Right.
off. But this is completely
Exactly.
different when, first of all, Phaedra's probably dealing with, just first of all being truthful in this situation about her divorce because it's
That's
still
hard
on the
for
fence
her.
right now. So I'm sure her divorce wasn't finalized at the time, although she did say
Right.
it, but they proved otherwise.
Right.
So I just feel like it's just like I said, it was out of line and just it wasn't respectful. Now I don't think. I don't know if Kenya had good intentions behind it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I just feel like she was the wrong person to throw that. So I do agree as far as with what Portia said. I feel like you should have confronted one of us, either me or either Portia or Candy, before she even, threw that whole divorce party. So
Right. And I think as well, like, Portia has the right to be mad at Kenya, even though they did say, you know, let's put the past behind us. I feel like even though we put the past behind us, let's keep it behind us. Like, you don't have the right to throw me a divorce party. Like, we are not that cool. I know we said, like, all right, let's just throw it all away, but still, like, that's a touchy subject.
But she was the one that reached out, though, like, during that Flint thing. Like, she's the one that said, like, let's make a pact and, like, be done with this. Then really be done with it. Or you need to speak your mind and tell everybody what's actually going on.
Yeah. Right.
Because Phaedra hides so much shit, you have no idea what is actually, like, what she's actually thinking. And then all of a sudden she blows up and you're like, I had no idea, like, this was going on.
I do, yeah. I totally agree with that part.
And
yeah.
this whole time until today, I was like preaching, Kenya was doing this out of spite. Kenya should have never did this. Kenya is not her friend. She crossed a boundary. Kenya was doing this on purpose. But then I started to think about Phaedra. And Phaedra is one to hide her hand a lot. And there's two sides of Phaedra. And that I do agree with 100% with Kenya. There is two sides of Phaedra. And it's hard to understand. What if she's your friend one day and what if she's not? What if she's over the Apollo thing because Apollo's locked up? So what if King is thinking, oh, okay, well, you guys are over that. You're getting a divorce or you are divorced.
Right.
It's water under the bridge.
You're still not the one to do it, though.
But there's two sides. So who knows which side to play? How do you know it's going to be the cool side of Phaedra where Phaedra is the freak hoe and she's ready to turn up and suck on some penis lollipops? Or if she wants to play the role of the other side of Phaedra, it's like, oh, marriage is such a sacred thing.
Right.
Jesus,
no,
Lord,
but I don't think it's
precious
about
Lord.
the marriage. Right. I feel like it's like somebody says, even if I were Phaedra, I could never fully trust Kenya. And that's how I feel like she let her guard down. Like, okay, we're going to be friends. And she let her guard down. And like Phaedra said, facts are facts. It doesn't change the past that you did disrespect my marriage. So you, like, even if, I don't know if Kenya had bad intentions or not either. Whether or not she did, you shouldn't be the one throwing the party. It's that much of a touchy subject that if you're not sure, don't do it at all.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like, I wouldn't trust Kenya for sure. It's like, don't bring your next boyfriend around her. Yeah. But, like, honestly, though, she was like, I feel like there was nothing, like, mean about it. Like, I don't think, like, Phaedra said, like, that she thinks that Kenya was
poking fun at her.
But I don't think that was the case.
No.
Right. It's like, and it might not have been.
If it's disrespectful, then say it's disrespectful. But if it's poking fun, then say it's poking fun.
Right.
Because those are two separate things. If someone's making fun of you, of your divorce, then that's a different thing. But she wasn't making fun of it.
Right.
It was a joint party, and it wasn't a singled party. It wasn't that. She wasn't making fun of you. If the whole subject about your husband, if you guys prayed and as a Christian woman, if you're over that, then you should go in believing this woman had the best intention at 100% until she proves you wrong. But Phaedra's too much of a flip-flop that you don't know what side that you need to play with her.
I wish she would have kept it 100 during that moment instead of saying that, oh, I had a stomach problem.
Yeah.
And she takes, Portia, all this, mess. But my thing is, do you think Portia, like, with her supposedly being a loyal friend, do you think she should have read that text message to the ladies? Because I thought that was kind of messy.
I mean, that was kind of interesting. I was shocked
at being a
Reddit
friend.
I don't think, I think that she didn't read it as in like, oh, guess what she said.
Yeah.
She said, she texted me, and I think before she read it, to herself, she was like, oh, Phaedra texted me.
Yeah.
She said X, Y, and Z, and it was almost like, ooh, you should have read that to yourself and then covered it up, because if she was like, oh, are you trying to leave because your stomach hurt? Then she should have went on with that.
I think Portia said it in a way where she's trying to, like I said, trying to be friends with these girls.
You think?
No, I don't think so either.
If you go back and rewatch it, and the way when she received that message, she was like, oh, this is what she said. And then she read the mess. I was like, it just came off like, okay, you think these girls are going to be cool with you because you have
Well,
some
the
info.
thing is, Phaedra never even gave Portia a heads up. So Portia didn't even know why she left. She was like, girl, if you were going to leave, you should have told me so I could have been like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I could have met you at the room.
Exactly.
But you didn't even give me a heads up. So when she read the text, it was just literally
for me
face
too. Yeah,
value.
No, I agree. I think it was like spur of the moment. I didn't think before I read this, and I didn't know what was going to come out in this. You know?
Right. And then just everybody, the topic was Phaedra. Like, oh, Phaedra just stormed out of here. So it's just like, we're already talking about her. Let me let you guys know why she really did storm out, Like, I feel like she didn't think it was a problem. It's just like, oh, this is why she stormed out, y'all. So we don't have to question it anymore. These are the facts. Yeah. She just takes
Phaedra says she does not travel in the same circle as Kenya, and Andy
said she
corrected
does.
that in the most appropriate way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. We're here now in a semicircle.
Right.
I don't
Like
think she
my-
meant it like that, but
Yeah.
But I mean, how long do they shoot? How and you guys did run in the same circle. We just saw you guys holding hands, Thelma and
Right,
Louise
definitely,
headed
definitely,
to
definitely.
Flint. So you guys do
And no
run
matter
in the
what
same
they
circle.
say, they all run in the same circle. They have to.
It's Atlanta.
Yeah, they have
Everyone
to. It's a
runs in the same
reality
circle.
show. They force you to.
Exactly.
all the
Yeah.
reality stars kicking together in Atlanta.
Exactly. So it's funny because Andy brought back the whole prayer situation to Phaedra, and he's like, okay, well, you didn't want to pray with her in the room. Would you pray with her now, or is that something she's like, no?
Yeah.
Basically. So,
She
I mean,
mad.
that just shows the
Real
other
upset.
side of Phaedra. I mean, sometimes you have to pray with your enemies. And she did that.
Right.
If you could pray with her when your husband, your husband was grabbing her butt cheeks and throwing her in the pool, then you could pray with her now. She didn't really, she just threw you a fake divorce party.
Right.
Who cares? You're not even divorced.
Right.
So it doesn't even matter. You could have just partied if you
It's
wanted
true.
to. So a next subject at hand was Portia's anger management.
She's still going.
She's still going. She just went that Monday.
Right. And it was working, actually. I was like, you better show off those anger management skills.
Right.
For sure.
But she
speaking
said
about it.
it was very touchy when Kenya brought up the whole anger management thing. And so I guess it was a subject of Portia explaining to Phaedra about this. And this is another Phaedra situation. Getting
Right.
herself in a messy
I know.
situation. Phaedra says, Portia's so anxious to show you guys how well she's been doing in anger management.
Right.
Portia walks into this meeting with these ladies not knowing that she's anxious. So these ladies are like, okay, so what's been going? They're asking. They're
Right.
wanting to know, like,
Right.
you're anxious to tell us.
Right.
And Phaedra's just sitting there like,
Right.
I
don't think
I
Phaedra
can't handle
expected
Phaedra anymore.
them
Like,
to
I'm so
attack.
glad she's gone. I'm so glad she's gone. Because now that I think about it, I'm like, wow.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like she's so much drama, but like you never get to the bottom of it. So it's just like you never know, and it just like I can't even deal with her anymore. But I agree, like she caused that problem with
Yeah.
Portia. Because Portia felt like she was being attacked or like probed by these women, but here Phaedra set it up.
Okay, I do think Portia was excited to show them what she's been learning in anger management, but I don't think she wanted to just like show like it was show and tell. It was just like as the season progresses,
Yes, I
will
agree.
prove to them that anger management is working.
totally agree.
And I feel like the way Phaedra probably wasn't expecting them to be like, all right, Portia, how's it going? It was
But
just
she
like,
knows how these girls are, and if her and Kenya have gotten into physical fights, you don't need to go and report back to that person. Guess what? The person that socked you in the face last time is so anxious to show you that she's going to anger
Exactly.
management.
Exactly.
You're gonna then that automatically puts Kenya as the victim, and Kenya is gonna start asking victimizing questions. Oh, so what's going on? So how has it been? Are you doing better? Are you medicated? Are you cured? Are you
Right.
on medication? And then to chase her and then to taunt her and to ask her certain questions after
Yeah.
that,
Right.
it just shows who really needs to go see a therapist.
she
Right.
really does.
She
and
really
she has the nerve to
needs
say she
see a
doesn't provoke
therapist.
people.
Like, and it's not bad to see a therapist.
No.
Like, she has issues with her mother. She obviously has issues with men. She has issues with her dad.
She has issues
She
with
has
herself.
issues
With
with
people.
herself.
She's an insecure woman.
She's an insecure woman who
She is.
doesn't even see the person
Yeah.
that everyone else sees. And if she was actually much better, she would actually be prettier.
No,
but
she
because
said-
she acts this way,
She
you
has,
can't
yeah.
even see
It's an
her
ugly
potential of beauty.
Right.
To me, like I said, to
No.
me, not to you guys, because I know you guys will be coming for me like,
Right. All of y'all are team Kenya for some reason, but
Yeah.
it's another story.
So Portia said she spoke to Phaedra about the situation after she watched the episode back, and she said that twice this episode, which was kind of scary because why does she have to police her friend?
Right.
If Portia says that Phaedra has her way, and Candy stopped her and was like, wait, hold on.
Right.
Phaedra or Portia or whatever her name, Phaedra has her way. They have so many names.
have so many
Phaedra has her way, but this is your friend.
Right.
Like you're just letting your friend just basically go and spill all your tea on on TV, and then
Right.
after you go back and tell her next time, don't do that again.
Right.
No,
There's not going to be a next time.
Right.
She's not going to be on there.
Well, that's
No.
what happened with Candy and Phaedra.
exactly.
So it's just like,
And then I agree with Candy. I was trying to figure out like why didn't Candy get a call? That's what Candy was trying to
Yeah.
say. Like why didn't I get a call to like fix myself or fix our relationship or fix our friendship? But obviously Portia feels like her. I feel like Portia was saying I don't care about you.
that's,
because-
what, that's what I felt
Because she
like
said
was
I
saying.
called her because I care.
Right.
And it's just like oh
Well, because think about it. Candy's not friends with Phaedra, so
But
know
no,
that
I'm-
Phaedra's probably not saying the best things, feeding the best things in Portia's ear
Right.
about her,
But
so she's
Candy
not
was
forming
saying-
her own opinion about her.
Candy was saying in the beginning, we didn't have a problem when this season started. Period.
Which
and
is
just
true.
now, frickin'
Yeah.
Frack just became frickin' Frack this season. So if we didn't have a problem in the beginning of the season, then why have a problem?
No, they were
whenever the
freaking
drama
Yeah,
frat
that was
before
last
that
season.
girl. But
Yeah.
it was, I think the whole, it made it easier for Portia. And I mean, we're all human beings. Think about if we were friends and you're friends with somebody. It made it easier for her not to be friends with Candy, to find fault in Candy. And then the whole Shamia thing and the sex thing
Yeah.
and the whole, like, they obviously knew about rumors about Candy before that, so it kind of just gave her ammunition just to not be her friend and to jump on Phaedra's bandwagon. But Phaedra is the one going around telling them your business too.
Yeah.
She's just telling everybody's business.
Boy,
It
looks like it's
and
gonna
she's
get
a
real.
lawyer.
Yeah,
Like
it
you're-
does.
And I think it's about Phaedra.
Yeah,
I
so
think
do I.
so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. And
Yeah.
she, like you saw like a clip where she turns to her and she goes, "Why is this happening?"
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
She really cried. Like,
Yeah.
I could tell it was
Oh my
from the heart.
gosh. Okay, so why do I have Roger's name here? Who's Roger?
Roger Bob.
It's Roger. Go home,
I don't
Roger.
even know why I have Roger's name down here, but something about Roger, and anger management and verbal abuse. Do you guys put that together?
Verbal abuse, Roger. I'm not sure about Roger. Anybody know about Roger?
That part.
So maybe it's Portia. Someone asked, is it Portia? Portia asked, why isn't Kenya seeing anger or a therapist for verbal abuse? Did that happen? I don't know.
Yeah,
So many
Kenya
things.
said she's verbally abused by the girls all the time.
Yeah.
So she was saying nobody come at me about verbal abuse. Because I think Portia was saying she had just verbally abused Sheree, calling her a bitch. And she was like, you just called her a bitch. And then Kenya's like, don't come at me.
Right.
You verbally abuse me all the
Kenya
time.
says she doesn't attack, she just retaliates.
She said she doesn't provoke anyone.
no.
I can't believe she said
And
that.
she doesn't start anything.
Good.
We're trying to figure out
It's
who
Roger.
is, too.
Sorry, maybe I just brought in Roger's name. Maybe I just wrote down another person's name. Sorry, guys.
Or maybe you was texting Roger.
I don't even know Roger.
She don't know Roger
I don't
either.
even know
Roger
Roger.
Rabbit. That's what somebody says.
It turns into like a whole big screaming match argument back and forth between Candy and Portia.
Yes.
That's true.
And Portia was
And
not backing down.
Portia was not
Someone
backing down.
says Kenya and Phaedra are the exact same type of women. I think that's kind of true.
Yeah, except for Kenya. I don't know. Kenya has a way of just getting out of it and just laughing it off, or just blatantly saying, "Oh, that wasn't me." Phaedra
does too.
hides her hand.
Yeah.
Phaedra hides it, and she turns into a different personality. So then you think, "Oh, this is such like a great Christian," and it's scary. It's
No,
like,
I feel like if
it's
you
like
address
Dr.
Phaedra,
Jekyll
she'll
and
do the
Mr.
same.
Hyde.
Oh no, that wasn't me.
You think so?
Yes, Phaedra
Yeah, that's
still
true.
she does that.
But she's like
She's-
calculated and
I agree.
manipulative
Yeah.
with it. Kenya is just like all over the place, and she doesn't care what people think.
Right.
Phaedra is a certain person to
Only
certain
if addressed.
people. And then sometimes she decides to be this freak hoe
Right.
and surprise you.
Right.
And then when you're like, oh, you're fun and you're a little freak hoe.
Right.
And she's like, oh, no, you want to pray?
Right.
So it's just like, I don't know. But in the midst of all of that, Candy says that she gave Portia $5,000 donation towards Celebrity Apprentice.
Right.
And Portia's like, I can't be bought. You know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
like,
she was
like,
adamant about that.
It went to charity.
No, it was for you.
Yes.
That's
yes.
And it
I
was
believe
for a
Candy.
charity.
No, I believe Candy. It was for you. Like, I give to charity all the time. Like,
Right.
I was doing this for, even though it is going to charity, this like,
for you.
yeah, this
Yeah.
act of service is really for you.
But then,
I didn't have
like,
to give to this charity.
how do you guys feel about like when you're friends with someone and then when you have a falling out? Do you bring up all the things that you've done for them and all the things that? Do you?
Well,
No.
I
I'm like, dang, don't let me ever fall out with you.
like if they try to throw me under the bus and make it seem like I wasn't a good friend, yeah, that's when I'll probably throw everything in their face. Like,
Okay,
I did this
definitely.
for you, I did that, and I think it was very similar to what Candy.
No, I agree. And
Portia
like
was
with
talking about.
Candy, I feel like she's trying to show like I was always on your side. Like I was rooting for you. Like I'm trying to help you out.
Right.
Like how did we get to where we are
Exactly.
now? Like
Do
she
you
was
guys think that Candy had any wrongs in this situation? Do you guys think that Candy did anything wrong with this whole situation with Portia?
No.
No, I don't think so. I think honestly they started it. Well, Phaedra started it.
Phaedra obviously
Phaedra started it.
Why, what do you think? Do you
Portia
think Candy
chimed
had a
in.
part of this?
I don't think she had a part of it. You know, anytime when people get into it, certain things like you look back and you're like, oh, I should have said that, or I shouldn't have did that, or I should have just walked away. But then obviously you see how much she was actually Portia's friend, and I think they're honestly looking at it from two different points of view.
Of course.
They're not trying to look at it from each other's, and the thing is, what's making it really hard for Portia is Phaedra, because Phaedra is the reason why this started.
Right.
Think about it. Phaedra brought up that whole scenario, and then the whole thing with Candy and how all that transpired and everything, and like how they were talking to her. I think it just gave Portia a sense in her head, like, oh, none of these chicks aren't my friend.
Right.
The only person that's my friend is Phaedra.
Yeah.
And Phaedra was the one that started it.
Right.
And Phaedra will do anything to keep Portia on her side, because Portia's the last man standing on Phaedra's side.
Well, she'll do anything to keep any of them. Remember, she loved Candy.
Right.
She wants to be on, and then when she liked Nene, she loved Nene.
Oh no, but I'm just saying Portia's on her side now. So,
Right.
like I said, last man standing. So she's gonna do whatever to keep Portia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Portia's like young, and I don't want to blame it on
Naive in a
young.
sense.
I don't know why she has like this, like wanting to be her friend so much, even after seeing her be the catalyst to a lot of the arguments that have transpired on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe she just doesn't see it how we see it.
I don't think she does. I think Phaedra is super calculated and manipulative, and I think Portia's like gullible to it. Like she just believes what Phaedra's gonna come back with. Like, oh, I did that because of this, and this. Okay, great. You know what I mean? So I think that she has like this hold over Portia at this point.
I do too. What are they saying up there?
Portia beefing with Candy makes no sense.
I think they said if they come back. Wait, I think they said if she come. Oh, I don't know.
So people are talking about Phaedra for next season.
So
Because somebody was saying that Wendy Williams said that Phaedra was going to bring Omarosa on next season, but then Joseph Boza was saying that it's too early for people to commit
Omarosa-
for season 10.
Is Omarosa getting
Sometime
impeached,
around
or
June,
she's
we
just gonna
should
be
know.
a guest appearance?
first of all, that cannot be true, because Omarosa is so worried about sitting up in that nasty White House with Donald Trump. She does not have no time to be on no Housewives of Atlanta.
Right.
And that's probably gonna
And
mess
that's
up.
all
That's
she
it,
wanted.
yeah.
Right.
She has an office in the White House. She's married some guy,
Right.
and she's
Some
happy.
guy.
She don't want to be on no Housewives of
Right,
Atlanta
definitely.
with
She
no damn
couldn't.
Portia or
Yeah.
Phaedra.
Yeah, she
lying
couldn't.
Phaedra.
If anything, she might be a guest appearance.
Yeah, that's what I was.
But-
That's what I was
I
thinking.
don't
That's
see
what
that.
somebody
I
said.
don't even see that happening.
You know,
yeah.
it's a shit show in DC, so I won't be surprised. if
Exactly.
they
yeah.
end up for
Exactly.
it.
And I wouldn't be
Right.
surprised if Trump encouraged it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's on there. I'm
Trump
like,
was
"Ooh,
on next season.
I need the. Never mind.
So wait, what does Phaedra have to do with anything with Omarosa? Are they friends?
Yeah, that's-
I don't know.
I know
Oh,
they
they
both did a
are?
political.
Wedding.
I know they did a political thing, so I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
They probably
Black
one
women
and
in
the same.
politics.
Lying black women in politics.
Don't get me
Anyways,
started.
so next week we see that they talk about the discussion about Johnny. Phaedra submitting evidence or giving Andy some kind of paperwork that she has some receipts or some proof.
Everybody got receipts.
It was funny because who said that Phaedra never wins any cases?
Candy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was hilarious.
Shame.
Which is funny. It's like, why are you wasting your time with
Yeah.
Johnny's?
Yeah.
Don't you have like divorces and people to bury and like?
I'm surprised she
finding-
really has cases. Actually, Like, I could see that being a lie, too.
Who does she
Oh, yeah.
represent? Bobby
like,
Brown.
Probably hasn't been a lawyer.
Keith
in, like,
Sweat. Who else did she say she represented? Bobby Brown, Keith Sweat. Who else?
Who
I
else
didn't know she
represented?
did Keith Sweat. I love Keith Sweat.
I like Keith Sweat too, but she probably didn't win that case. Kenya and Sheree's abusive talk. Something. It seemed like, the way that Andy or the production put it, it seemed like that Kenya was trying to blame Sheree for why Bob hit her. Right? She was like, well, women always try to say that it's the men's fault and it's not the women's fault that men hit them. Yeah, nobody should touch you.
Right.
People have their own hands.
I hope we bring up Matt in this reunion.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the whole rapist conversation, which sends Candy over the edge.
I know.
And then we see Portia walking off and she's crying and she's boohooing. So,
I think that's going to be the last one. They're not going to give it to us too soon.
I agree.
Yeah.
so that's all they're going to give it to us?
Lord, 4 parts.
I know. God, why they got to do 4 parts?
Phaedra represented Drama, the rapper.
Who is that?
Candy's
Bobby
baby
Brown was
daddy.
over 10 years ago.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say anything.
She isn't, but I wonder if you called her offices. Like, if we
my
called her
gosh.
offices, we
And
should
tried
do
to get
that
a case?
this week.
And see what happens.
And just say,
my
hi,
God.
you know, we
Yeah.
have, because what type of lawyer is she?
I don't know. We could Google that. Really.
We don't even
no
know what
idea.
type of lawyer she is. And
Somebody
that's the thing,
says
like, you have
personal
your
injury.
business.
Personal injury?
I don't know if that's true,
Oh,
but
1-800 scam your ass.
Right. She is Joan the scammer. She, like, if you have a business, wouldn't you be wanting to, like, promote it?
Right.
Like, you have your business card where we see your office. Like, why wouldn't you be like, hey, this is what I do, just in
Right.
case people want, it's free advertisement.
right. Yeah.
Right.
Why doesn't she do that? Like, what is she doing?
Yeah, that's true.
What is she doing?
Because she could really be out here representing a lot of celebrities, especially in this social media age.
Yes.
She's just like,
Right.
come to me. And all the celebrities will come to her just because she's a celebrity herself.
Absolutely. And she could start wearing real Chanel pendants and not fake ones.
So sad.
So sad. So,
A lying lawyer.
what are they
Yes.
saying?
That's
She's a
what they're
lying
good for
lawyer.
anyway.
Phaedra is an unemployed lawyer.
Oh, yeah, lying
Maybe
lawyer.
she is collecting unemployment.
A lot of people
I
hire
honestly
lying
believe
lawyers.
that Phaedra, and I've been saying this and I'll say it again, Phaedra is a part of that whole thing Apollo was a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And he got caught, and so it was kind of like, whoever gets caught, you got caught, you're going to jail. I'll keep the money. He buried the money, or they put the money somewhere. And I think it's going to come out sooner or later with
think?
Apollo. I think he's going to tell us
Yeah,
something.
because he's so
Yes.
bitter right now.
He's bitter Betty.
Yeah,
he's
he's
going to
bitter
say
right now.
something.
He's gonna Skype in.
He's going to be like, Phaedra, you knew about it, because everyone has been saying the same thing. They said it last time. And it's like you said, Phaedra gets away with a lot of things because there's so many things unanswered. Why hasn't this question been answered? Did you or did you not know that your husband was stealing people's credit cards and stealing people's money and doing all this stuff?
Right.
She knew it.
Maybe that's why they're not getting divorced.
And
Did
so
we talk
that's what I'm
about
saying.
this before?
I think that the
Yeah.
judge doesn't want to grant her divorce because
It would let her loose.
it lets her loose
Yeah.
off of the case. Like, she's completely off of it.
Well, but then if they come back at it, then he can't testify against her because when they're husband and wife, they can't testify against one another.
Right.
So maybe that's why
So
he
maybe-
went in, because they claim that he's the last person to file for divorce.
Right.
Like, at first Phaedra did it, and then I guess it went wrong, and
Well,
then
maybe
now
she
he's
tricked
like,
him. Maybe she was like, I filed for a divorce,
Yeah.
and then now he has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm gonna file for divorce. Who
We'll
knows?
never
I
know.
don't know.
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't
never
trust
know.
Phaedra.
We'll never
She's
know.
very manipulative.
It's so
I
true.
mean, and so is Apollo. So 2 birds of a feather, flock together.
They do.
Somebody
Whatever.
said they wish Tammy Roman would come to Atlanta. I agree. That would be really good.
I'm not a Tammy fan.
I'm a Tammy fan.
Well, that's another
She
show.
give it to you
That's
straight.
a whole nother show.
Right, watch Basketball Wives. I'm sure they have a good panel.
Oh, Jesse's on it.
Oh, really?
Not
Not me,
this
not me,
Jessie.
Jesse.
Not Jessie.
The other Jesse that everybody
Jessie!
writes about. Yeah.
Jesse's on it, so you guys can go watch Basketball Wives,
They love
one of
Jessie.
our sister
Right.
shows. You guys can also go into our comments and let us know what you guys thought about this episode. What
Yes.
did you ask them?
I'm going to post some comments. I want to know what you guys think best hair, best dressed, and best tagline of the season is. I have to
Ooh,
know
yeah.
best tagline.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So I will post that in there later.
Well,
Please vote. I want to hear what everybody
think
thinks.
that's all the things that we have to talk about
Yes.
for today. We talked a lot.
We did.
So until next time, my lovers, it has been such a pleasure. I am your host, English Cleveland. You guys can always find me on that thing called Instagram at Pink English, as well as on Twitter, English Pinks.
Hey guys, I'm Jessie Zahner. Thanks for joining us in the live chat. You can find me all over social media at AthletChick.
Find me on Instagram and Twitter at MO Classified. Thank you guys for all the compliments and all the.
You so fly, girl.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you that. Hold on. Wait a minute. Find me on social media while you're playing the sound effect in my ear right now. You can find me on social media. It's me, J Hart.
No, he was just
Y'all
trying to
play
give Mo
all
some
day.
shout out how fly she is and how
Mo
big she
added that
is.
extra speech. I have a dream.
I have to thank everyone
Several seats right
because y'all were on the gas tonight.
Dr.
But I
Martin Mo.
thank you.
now. Now read the comments after the fact.
Happy Easter. See you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.